listen to what I'm going to say now. Your product may have 1,000 features on it, maybe even more. Certainly if I sat down and wrote the number of features of a NLP practitioner course, I could make a long list. And please refrain from being a feature dumper, because the client is only interested in the features of your product that benefit his underlying specific needs. He's not interested in all the others. They might be mildly interesting when he gets there, but at this point in time, he's not interested. So your job in this section is to tick off all his wants, needs, and values. Now, I spoke about earlier a client's towards or away from in their values. In other words, are they talking about what they want, or are they moving away from what they fear? And I mentioned those little words, those modal operators of necessity. Remember, they imply there's a consequence for not doing it. Now, we can use that too in this, where we're matching the specific features and benefits of our product to the client's needs. So let's use that same example with the client who rang up about a practitioner course. Let's say when I was asking him the questions, he'd said, I would say, so what specifically are you looking for on a practitioner course? Well, if he said, I've heard NLP will help me with a problem that I've got. I get really nervous before a presentation, and it's really screwing my presentations up. And if I don't fix it, I feel I might lose my job. That's a massive away from. And I will note all that down. That is committed to memory. So how would I approach that client when matching my features and telling him how they're going to benefit to him? Well, I need to remind him of the consequence of not doing it. That's right. So Mr. Client, once again, a few moments ago you said you had a problem with nerves before presentations, and that was one of the things you were really looking for a practitioner course to solve for you. And he would say yes. I'd say, okay, so back to the feature of the NLP practitioner course. Well, Mr. Client, the great thing is on a practitioner course you'll learn something called a swish pattern that will allow you to change minor negative states or behaviors that happen in a specific context. And that means to you, Mr. Client, that you will be able to present effortlessly and elegantly in the future with no nerves. And the good news is you will be able to keep your job. You see how I've fed back the consequence in there. Now, I'm not doing anything wrong here. I'm just reminding him of something he said and making sure he is fully aware of the importance of fixing this problem. So that all sounds like, well, quite logical. But you can only do it if you know every single feature of your product. And I mean every single feature and the potential benefit to the client. What it doesn't mean is you're going to list every single feature and every single benefit to every single client, because A, that will be boring and you will talk yourself out of a sale. But you must know all the features, and they must be sort of readily available, so you can match the features of your product to the specific needs of the client. And if you can do that, you're going to be a long way towards that sale. The thing is, because every time you tick one off, you're creating value. And that's what selling is about, is creating the value in your product.